When people think about nutrition, certain nutrients tend to dominate the conversation. Vitamin D, omega-3, protein, magnesium. Selenium rarely receives the same level of attention. Yet selenium is one of the essential trace minerals required by the human body. The term trace mineral simply means that the body requires only a relatively small amount. However, small amounts should not be confused with small importance. Selenium contributes to several important functions throughout the body and has attracted interest from researchers and health professionals for many years. One of the most interesting things about selenium is that it forms part of specialized proteins known as selenoproteins. These proteins help carry out important functions that support normal body processes. Selenium is commonly discussed in relation to antioxidant protection every day. Normal metabolism produces compounds known as free radicals. While free radicals are a natural part of life, the body also relies on antioxidant systems to help maintain balance. Selenium contributes to some of these antioxidant systems through its role in specific selenoproteins. Another reason selenium receives attention is its relationship with thyroid hormone metabolism. The thyroid gland plays an important role in regulating various processes throughout the body. Specialized selenium-containing enzymes help support the conversion and metabolism of thyroid hormones, which is why selenium is often mentioned in discussions surrounding thyroid health. Selenium is also frequently discussed in relation to normal immune function. Although the immune system is incredibly complex, selenium remains one of the nutrients commonly studied in this area. Unlike some nutrients that can be obtained from a wide variety of foods, selenium intake can vary depending on dietary patterns and food sources. Seafood is often considered one of the richest sources. Fish such as tuna, sardines, and other seafood products may contribute meaningful amounts of selenium. Meat, poultry, eggs, and whole grains can also provide selenium. One food that receives particular attention is the Brazil nut. Brazil nuts are among the richest natural food sources of selenium. However, there is an interesting detail. The amount of selenium found in Brazil nuts can vary considerably depending on the soil conditions in which the tree was grown. This highlights an important principle in nutrition. Food composition is not always identical from one source to another. Another important lesson from selenium is that balance matters. When people learn about a nutrient, there can sometimes be a temptation to assume that more must be better. Selenium reminds us that nutrition does not always work that way. The body requires an appropriate amount. Too little may be problematic, too much may also be problematic. This is one reason why nutrition is often best viewed through the lens of balance rather than extremes. Perhaps the biggest lesson from selenium is that some of the most important contributors to health are not always the most visible. Selenium works quietly behind the scenes. It does not receive the same attention as many popular supplements, yet it contributes to systems involved in antioxidant protection, thyroid hormone metabolism, and normal immune function. Understanding selenium helps us appreciate a broader principle. Health is often built upon many small contributors working together. Not one nutrient, not one food, not one supplement, but a collection of daily choices that support normal body function over time. And selenium is one example of how a nutrient required in only trace amounts can still play an important role in the bigger picture of health.